some concerns for a lot of the a lot of consumers when they're selling their property, they often ask, what is that I need to do to my home to help improve it? So like that, it needs to, it needs to be attractive to the buyer. I understand, there's a lot of things that real estate mentioned from time to time about decluttering and whatnot. Maybe you can offer us, your opinion and some suggestions on what the consumer could do to make that home a little bit more attractive.
Absolutely, always declutter, and if I always declutter. As much as you can, depersonalize. I just got married a couple years ago. Yes, I love that photo of me and my wife up on the wall, but that's not gonna help a potential buyer come in and see themselves in this home, right? Put it in the back for now, and then once you're done, once the home is sold, you can then bring it back out. But depersonalize as much as possible. Paint. Paint is something that can go such a long way. And if you don't like painting, we'll get you, a paint by numbers, and we can hire someone out to actually paint your home. But paint's a huge deal. It's a minimal cost in the grand scheme of things, the sale of your home, and it can do so much. Right. So if you have a modern home, you're gonna wanna go for a white def paint. If you have a home a little more rustic with earthy tones, you wanna go with a paint called Swiss Coffee. So
Nice.
it's just, trying to get that wow factor the moment a potential buyer sees your home. Flooring's huge. A lot of people don't change their flooring for quite some time.
Right.
But if it needs an update, it needs an update. There's a lot of, if you don't want to spring for, the expensive stuff, that's fine. There's a lot of really nice vinyl laminate that are available nowadays.
So there's a lot of costs that come along with selling a home. And I think what often, a lot of question that the vendor has or the seller has is, what other costs can be, associated with selling a home. We know that there's obviously the real estate costs and lawyers, and when also purchasing a home from a purchaser's perspective, there's closing costs and whatnot. Are there any other additional costs? Or maybe what I should ask is, what's your take on one of the costs that a seller might incur is staging a home? Is that important in thinking, as part of the costs, a larger cost? Would you see staging a home as an important, part of selling?
Absolutely, and much like paint, staging it's something I feel is quite minimal in respect to the funds you're going to receive when you sell a home, but it's something so powerful.